Hello and welcome to a questions and answers video for the How to Code Well YouTube channel. Now, normally I respond in text, so in a comment, but some of these questions I would like to respond as a video response, so I hope that's okay. Now, the first one, which is probably one of the biggest, is from Lars. So he asks, what are your thoughts on Golang? So that's a little bit of a loaded question. What are my thoughts on Golang? Now, I kind of need to know the context that the question is being asked in. Is it particular for web development or is it in software in general? I have to admit, I have done a little bit of Golang code, but I don't have enough experience of writing Golang to actually give an overview of how I perceive the code. One thing I will say though about Golang is it's extremely performant. It's extremely performant. So if you're looking for something that performs well, then Golang is a good programming language to use. The only thing though is you have to think what it is that you are developing. So, for example, if you're developing a website, a web application, Golang probably at the moment isn't the best thing to use. And I say that for a few reasons. One is because Golang, you have to compile, it's compiled, and which isn't necessarily a bad thing, right? But it just doesn't have the same level of traction in terms of the web development space that other languages like Python, like Ruby, like PHP have. Yes, you can build websites in Golang, fine, but the skills out there, the need for that is not as high as PHP, as Python, as Ruby, and so forth. And from a business point of view, at the moment, it doesn't really make much sense. And I say at the moment because my opinions might change later in the year. But from a business point of view, you would be wanting to invest in developers more than servers, in the sense that a developer would cost more to a business than servers, right? So, and the servers are going to be running PHP and Python out of the box because, most servers do. Whereas with Golang, you have to get particular expertise to do that, whereas there is more PHP developers and Python developers out there than there are Golang developers. So if I was a business looking to develop a web application, I would be considering the language to use based upon how much talent is around. Now, where Golang really does shine is when you actually have control of not only the software but the hardware. So when you're actually in control of the servers, in control of the boxes, and also whether or not the application is running online. Because if it's not running online, if it's something an application that you install in perhaps a desktop or maybe an app or something, then yeah, go with Golang. Why not? That's a great thing to learn. Also, from the learner's perspective, when you're learning Golang, just remember that most of the people who know Golang have come from compiled languages, so they know probably C, they know probably Java. It is a complicated language. It's not as forgiving, certainly not as forgiving as the other languages. So if you're looking upon Golang as something to learn for your first language, if you've never been a coder before, then I would perhaps recommend something a little simpler. Now, that's not to say that you won't just jump onto Golang and become a really great programmer and so forth. Fine, go for it. But as a stepping stone, I think that perhaps is a language that I would personally tackle later. Of course, I don't know what your programming skills are. And this takes me to the next question that I would like to answer, which is Niku. Sorry if I've mispronounced your name there. You've asked, hey, do you like to rate my skills by checking some of my projects? Yeah, fine. I'm all up for that. I'm all up for looking at code. I'm all up for code reviews. I'm all up for sharing knowledge and so forth. If you would like me to review your projects, then do head over to the Discord channel. I'll leave a link down in the description below. It will take a bit of time for me to do, all right? It will take a bit of time for me to code review, to process what is being done, to work out what is needed and so forth, and to review it and to come back with suggestions. So in order to be a member of the Discord server, you need to first become a Patreon, and I will happily code review your stuff. So if you would like me to code review your stuff, let me know and I will check it on the Discord server. Now the next question regarding PHP. This is a bit of a tricky one because I noticed that there is a C examp PHP, which basically means that you're using Windows, and I am not a Windows developer. I have Windows machines in this office, although I rarely use them. And so I can't really give you any advice, unfortunately, on this, apart from checking out Stack Overflow. I will spend a couple of minutes looking in various places that I'm aware of to see if there is a solution to this. My gut instinct is that the PHP executable, or however Windows is configured to use PHP, is not configured correctly. So a question I would ask is Apache running? I'm assuming that is what you've got. It's examp, which I believe is Apache, MySQL, and PHP. So ensure that that's configured and running, and also ensure that you can actually run other commands as well on the prompt. Not just PHP. So can you access MySQL, for instance? Because if you can't access MySQL, then it's possibly the same issue as the reason why you can't access PHP, perhaps. But I hope that answers your question. I hope that answers the question on Golang. I hope that answers the question around reviewing code. I would really like to do so. In fact, there is a code review channel on the Discord server where I do review code from time to time that we will be using. Also, with the Discord, you can format your stuff in code. So you can format your posts in code, which makes it so much easier for me to read. If you've got any questions, then do let me know. Put your comments down in any of the videos. I do read all of the comments and I answer all of the comments as well. I am extremely busy, as you can probably imagine, so I might not answer them straight away. I might choose to do a video response like this. Also, do check out the Discord server as well and help to support the channel. That would be fantastic. Thanks ever so much for watching. Happy coding, everyone. I'll see you again soon. Cheers. Bye.